Congratulations on the win, Kat. You know, being away for so long, was that what you expected feeling like when you were in there?
I really didn't know what to expect. So much has changed since my last fight. I just came in with an open mind and know that I worked extremely hard every single day of this camp. Fought every single sparring session like I fought here today, and just did everything I could think of to get ready so I can come in here and bring my best.
And obviously a pretty dominant performance, 29-27 and 2:30-26. Were you overall happy with your performance? Was that kind of what you were, shooting for?
I mean, I immediately can see where I can do better and where I'm capable of doing better. Different places and positions where I feel like we got stuck that I'm going to take back to the drawing board and work on. No, it's definitely not a perfect performance. I have a ton of things that I can do better, and I will. And I want to do better, so I will.
It's been a few years since you competed, and a few years since you've been sitting in the winner's circle. Like, how many times over the past couple of years has this been in your head to be back in this position?
I mean, it's on my mind all the time. I've been fighting my whole life. I've been competing in things of this nature my whole life. Decisions or not, and just coming in here and getting my win and being able to take it home and show myself and show the people that I care about that this is exactly where I'm meant to be, and silence any doubt of my own or any other people. Like, yeah, this wasn't the greatest performance of my life. Gabby is a great fight for me to have, and it's only up from here as well. But I also am still very humbled and know that at any moment you're an underdog, and any moment all of these people are tough. So I just gotta stay chill about it, keep working hard, take everything that I saw, felt, went through this moment, take it home and improve it some way, some shape or form.
You mentioned the post-fight that you felt honored to face her, and her record doesn't necessarily jump out right at a person, and she also missed weight. What do you feel is it about her that you felt so honored to face her? Is there a past history or anything like that?
No, I mean Gabrielle's been she's been toe to toe with so many extremely tough women too. You can't finish that girl. She's got more heart than a lot of people that I've felt in there, and that was very obvious the second we put hands on each other. The look in her eye, the way that she's in there breathing, like she's game and she's ready, and her record doesn't need to reflect that. She's dangerous. Every one of these girls is dangerous, but Gabby is definitely dangerous. Fighting somebody that has fought all of these girls, that are top contenders. She's coming off of some losses. I find someone coming off of losses much more dangerous than someone that's just riding the wind wave. So, I took her very seriously. This is a terrifying fight for me.
You had a lot of positions where you were in control on top of her, but you weren't able to get the finish. You said she's tough in many ways. What made her so tough, even despite being in a disadvantageous position and even tough to finish?
The fact that she knows before she even walks in here that she's not getting finished tonight. You know what I mean? I went for an armbar, not there. I went for body shots. I went for knees. I went for the head. I attempted looking at chokes, but she was ready. Going for different throws, going for things that are my strengths that I thought were more of her weaknesses, and she was still game. You know what I mean? She knows she's not getting finished.
Congrats on the win, Kat.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, as we all know, you have dropped 4 of your last 5 fights. I got to imagine you must have a bad taste in your mouth coming into this one. Did you feel any extra pressure?
No. People lose in everything they try. If all you ever did was win, what's the point? It's the sport. I've been fighting my whole life. Again, I want to do these things, whatever it looks like, because that's me and that's who I am, and I need to do these things for me. So, yeah, I mean, there's a pressure in coming out with a win. I want to come home with a win. I want to see my kid and tell him, the last 8 weeks of shit being weird came to this. You know what I mean? And it's a great feeling to be back in the win column tonight, and I still have a lot of work to do. But to get one out of the way, I'm happy to do, and back to the drawing board.
Congratulations on the win, Kat. My question is, you just talk about the mental, preparing mentally for fighting, because as I said before, you had you dropped 4, but you've also had some personal tragedies. You had the injury with your last fight before this one. You just talk about getting mentally ready and just not giving up and continuing on your fight career.
Because I know this is what I need to do. I mean, it's not that. It's about me. Like I have to do this. I want to do this. This is part of my therapy. This is part of how I get through my day to day and all of the things that have happened. Like I need to fight. I want to fight. I want to break through things. I want to problem solve. I want to see things that scare the crap out of me and then stomp them. It's it's my way of coping, with things that I have. So, that's what I'm doing here. That's what I've been doing this whole time, and I love this. It brings me life. It keeps me connected to things that are very important to me. So I'm in.
A couple questions from the internet, Jay.
Congratulations, Kat, and welcome back. I know you wanted to finish tonight. Like you said, she's very tough, but after all the time away, is it almost more beneficial to get that cage time?
I do. Now I'm sitting here. I understand my cardio. I understand, going against somebody that's dead set on you not getting that completion. There's a lot to be said about these 5-minute rounds, getting a minute in between to get a little pep talk and some ice, and having to go right back in. So I'm glad I got all 15 minutes. I guess including the breaks, I got 17, and really got to shake off things and get the nerves and get hit, do some hitting, and come out with my hand raised.
Mark?
Yeah, Kat, congratulations on the win. We heard earlier from Leslie Smith that she'd be interested in fighting you. You two had trained about the same time around the Denver area as well. Is that a fight that you'd be interested in later this year?
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely game to fight Leslie. I've been watching her, and I know she's been watching me for many years. We came up around the same era. We have a lot of fighters and people in common, and I think it would be really interesting to get in there against each other and kind of figure out how that one would go.
And how was it for you to fight up a weight class?
I'm happy being healthy. You know what I mean? Cutting to 135 is I loved being a gigantic 135er, but it took its toll. And I'm sick of being starving, and I'm sick of going to practice depleted. I'm sick of fight week being so bad for you. Gabby didn't make weight, and I understand she was feeling terrible about it, but I get it. I've never not made weight myself, but I know the feeling of feeling like you're going to die, and, having to pull the plug is not a comfortable thing. So, being nourished, going into these healthy as possible, getting to lift heavy, getting to do everything that I need to do to get as big as possible. Like, I liked it, and I think it's a good, solid place for me to be right now.
2 more quick questions. Connor?
Hi, Kat. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. And just how refreshed do you feel, too, after making a promotional debut like this one?
I feel good. This whole training camp and kind of everything leading up to it was a lot about regrouping and getting comfortable with what my life looks like now and checking all the boxes as far as getting my healthiest and, coming in and putting it together as best as I could this evening.
Yeah, I know you mentioned Leslie, and I know...
Hey, Kat, congrats on the win once again. One of the key points was you dominated most of the fight, but the key point in the fight was when you started facing a little adversity was when she mounted you. Walk us through that sequence of when she mounted you and when you were biding your time to flip the reversal into half guard.
I have actually gotten my wrist slapped in practice for landing in those positions because I get very greedy sometimes with my takedowns, and I know I'm going to hear it. My coach, Justin Flores, couldn't be here tonight because he has a new baby on the way, and it made more sense for him to be home, and that something I totally understand. But one thing that I get in trouble for, and one thing that we've worked on, is that I do get a little bit greedy with trying some of these throws and things off the cage especially, and it seems as though, I don't remember exactly, it seems as though I pulled mount and she took advantage. She got another wind on top because, what's better than mount and elbows and punches and being heavy in the hips? And I could hear her coaches, they were coaching her right, telling her to settle her hips and say hi. And, I did feel how much energy she was putting into those punches, and it was kind of one of those things where it was like, I'm going to save up everything. I'm going to wait and grab that arm and go for it, and hopefully at the moment it's going to be enough to topple her over. Those upas are something that I'm pretty good at, so I was happy it worked.